Hey there, Wall Street winners. We are heading into one of the biggest earnings weeks of the quarter, coming up into the week of July 29th to August the 2nd. We are going to see a number of big companies report this week. So if we take a look at what's on tap, Monday, July 29th, we start off before market with onsemi. onsemi has been hit pretty hard this year. It had a strong start in the early part of the year, but then got hit at the end of that quarter with worse than expected results due to a downturn in the EV car market, which still persists. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with onsemi on Monday. And then Tuesday, before the market, we're going to hear from finance favorite in the stocks we follow, SoFi. SoFi is going to report before the market. We're expecting very positive earnings to come out with that. The market narrative is shifting towards finance. Things are looking much better for finance than they have in the last year or so. And so we're expecting a good earnings report here for SoFi early in the morning Tuesday. We also have Stanley Black & Decker. So we'll put this into the retail space. It'll give us some indication on construction and do-it-yourself projects at home. Probably be a good lead-in to what we'll see from the larger retailers like Lowe's and Home Depot as we progress through earnings season. But then in the aftermarket, three big names. Microsoft, obviously a huge one. It's been hit hard in the last week or so with a fall in the NASDAQ, down trading in the low 420s. I think it's an interesting acquisition on Monday if it dips into the 418 range, because I do believe that earnings will be on track. They may not be blowing it away from a growth perspective, but I believe they're going to be quite positive. AMD also hit over the last couple of weeks and off of a high in the 180s, down in the 150s. This could be an interesting one. It'll tell us the tale of semiconductors that aren't necessarily AI related and in the refresh cycle that should start to kick in this year and into next year. And then EA from a gaming perspective. On Wednesday, after the market closes, we've got Meta, ARM Holdings, Qualcomm or QCOM, and LRCX, Lam Research, as well as Humana in the healthcare sector. Then we move on to Thursday, your favorite iPhone manufacturer, Apple, and all of your Apple devices, Apple TV, your iWatch, your Apple Watch, all of these different components. We're going to hear from Apple. Apple, it's feared, is doing worse in China than expected, with Huawei making a fairly significant comeback, being a Chinese company, and cornering some of the market share, taking that away from Apple. So we'll have to see about Apple earnings, but a huge, very positive cash flow generating organization. So probably on track there. Amazon after earnings on Thursday as well. Then we get into Net, which is Cloudflare. Cloudflare will be our first look at the cybersecurity space and how it's doing. Expecting some strong results out of Cloudflare. Cloudflare should have picked up some customers and sales from the recent CrowdStrike mix-up and global outage caused. So we'll have to see what's happening on that front, but I'm fairly bullish on Cloudflare. And then before the market, CVE, Synovus Energy, and Bosch Health companies. And then finally, to close out the market on Friday, or the earnings releases on Friday, Enbridge, Exxon, and Chevron. So all part of that oil and gas industry. We'll have to see what they come out with. Valero had positive earnings this last Thursday, so I'm expecting positive earnings out of Chevron and Exxon as well, which should lift oil throughout the week. That's where we are heading into the week. Good luck with your trades.